This call is now being recorded.
Yes. So we'll start with the class. So in the previous class, we have started with the second module. That is, we have discussed the aquifer parameters. Right. So aquifer parameters are the porosity we have discussed in the previous class. That is the ratio of volume of void to the total volume of the aquifer. So that is called as the porosity. I have given enough examples. Okay. Then we have yes. So in today's class, we will start with one more definition, that is specific yield. So as you all know, what is yield? The amount of water which we are going to extract from any well. Okay. So how much amount of water is available, that we can determine. Okay. So here specific yield, the definition we'll understand first. So what it says is, it is the ratio of volume of water that drains from a saturated aquifer by the attraction of gravity to the total volume of the saturated aquifer. Means here what we need to understand first there is an aquifer, okay, which is saturated aquifer, okay, and it is the ratio of volume of the water that drains from the saturated aquifer by the action of gravity. So here the because of the gravitational attraction or gravitational flow, the water is draining down, okay, because of the attraction or due to gravity to the total volume of the saturated aquifer. That is called as the specific yield. So the formula here given as the symbol for specific yield is SY. So SY is equals to WY divided by V into 100, because it is a percentage, we express it in percentage. So where SY is what? The specific retention, specific yield, and WY here, it stands for the volume of water that is drained by the gravity, and V is the total volume of the aquifer. So I hope you have understood what is the definition. Whatever water is present in the aquifer which is drained by the action of gravity, okay, to the total volume of the aquifer. That is called as the specific yield. So the formula is SY is equal to WY divided by V into 100. So this specific yield, okay, is the water which is removed from a unit volume of an aquifer by pumping or drainage, and it is expressed as percentage of volume of the aquifer. So total, if there is one aquifer, if you have taken, for example, a well, if you have taken, you can determine the yield of that well by pumping test. So you have to remove all the water from the well, okay, and again how much time it will take to fill that well again, that will give you the specific yield. So here pumping test is one way of determining the specific yield. So specific yield is the water that is removed from unit volume of an aquifer by pumping, or you have to drain it out, okay, and it is expressed as the percentage of volume of the aquifer. So here SY depends upon, that is specific yield. It depends upon different factors like porosity, how we have discussed, right? The grain size, whether it is coarse grain, fine grain, okay. Then shape of the grains, then distribution of the pores, okay, whether they are bigger in size or whether they are evenly distributed, or some smaller particles are mixed into the pores in between the bigger particles. So all that affects the specific yield of the aquifer and the compaction of the formation. So if the rocks are very much compacted, obviously the pore spaces are less. So as a result, yield also will be less. So these are the factors on which the specific yield depends. That is the grain size of the uh, material of which the aquifer is made up of, shape and distribution of the pores, whether they are how is the packing, whether it is cubic packing or rhombic packing. Okay, that also affects, that is shape and distribution of the pores and compaction of the formation. So these are the factors on which the specific yield depends upon. So here one simple example. Okay. So suppose if it is a gravel. Okay, gravel is a bigger in size, coarser in size. Then we have in the next image the fine grained sand. So porosity will decrease, is it? If the grains are bigger, the porosity also is more. If the grains are finer, that is fine sand, if it is there, the porosity decreases. Okay, and if it is clay is again still finer material. Okay, so that will not allow the water to percolate down. Okay, it is almost and the last one is solid rock. Okay, in that only two divisions are shown here in the image. Okay, so we'll see one by one. First, if you take example of a gravel. Okay, gravel, so the grain size is bigger, the porosity is more, and because of that, what happens? Whatever water is getting percolated down, okay, it is drained by the gravity to the total volume of the aquifer. That is the definition of specific yield. So how much water is drained you can see here at the bottom. That is nothing but the specific yield. So here, if the force, if it is gravel, the you can see the rapid drainage, the water which is percolating down. Okay, it is drained by the action of gravity, right? So that is the specific yield is more for gravel. If you take fine sand, you can see there is less water which is uh, drained by the action of gravity because of the fine grained sand. Okay, fine grained nature. So here drainage is moderate. And in the third image, you can see if it is clay, okay, it is fine grained. So you can see only one drop has gone down. Okay, just to understand. Okay, so specific yield is less, or it is slow, or there is no drainage. So, and if it is solid rock, there is no question of percolating of water downward. So it will not drain the water against the gravity. So that is called as the specific yield. I hope you have understood. Oh, so once again, we'll revise the definition. So specific yield is what? It is the ratio of volume of water that drains from a saturated aquifer by the attraction of gravity to the total volume of the saturated aquifer. So whatever amount or volume of water that is draining from a saturated aquifer by because of the gravity, okay, to the total volume of the saturated aquifer. So that will give you the specific yield. So you just now you saw how the grain size, shape, and distribution of the pores and even the compaction affects the specific yield. So this picture will give you a clear idea what is the specific yield. If it is coarse grained, if it is gravel, there are more pore spaces, more amount of water will drain because of the gravity, and that, as a result, the specific yield is more. If it is fine sand, the specific yield is compared to gravel, it is less. If it is clay, compared to fine sand, it is again still lesser, right? So here the grain size play a important role in determining the specific yield. Okay. So now we'll move on to the next concept, that is values. There are few specific values, okay, common for common formation yield and the material. Suppose if it is clay, it is hardly 1 to 10% of the water will drain in the clay and it will give the yield as 1 to 10%. Okay, it is very less. If you take sand, it is 10 to 30. If it is gravel, it is 15 to 30. If it is sand and gravel mixture together, then again it will reduce because gravel will have bigger pore spaces, but sand will accumulate in between that. So if it is mixture, porosity decreases and as a result, specific yield also get affected. So it is 15 to 25%. Then sandstone, if it is there, it is 5 to 15%. And if it is a shale is again a sedimentary rock. Okay, it is again fine grained. So you can see it is hardly 0.5 to 5. Shale is made up of a very fine clay material. Okay, so and it is more compacted. When clay undergoes compaction, okay, it converts to shale. So shale is having the less specific yield, that is because it is more compacted than clay. So it is 0.5 to 5%. Then the last one, limestone, is also having same because it is also hard and compact rock. Then we'll move on to one more definition, that is called as specific retention. So now you have understood what is specific yield. Now we'll discuss what is meaning of specific retention. So symbol is SR. So SR or specific retention, it is defined as the ratio of volume of water which is retained. Here the word retained is important. So how that water gets retained? Because of the molecular and surface tension forces against the force of gravity. So against the force of gravity, whatever amount of water is retained by the rock or the aquifer, that is expressed as a percentage of total volume of the saturated aquifer. That is called as specific retention. So the symbol is SR. SR is equal to WR by V into 100. Again, it is also expressed in percentage. So, where WR stands for what? Volume of the water that is retained by gravity. So, here volume of water which is retained by gravity. That is very, very important. So, definition is what? The retention means what? Specific retention is defined as the ratio of volume of water which is retained by the molecular and the surface tension forces against the force of gravity, and it is expressed as percentage of total volume of the saturated aquifer. So that is called as the specific retention. Yield, in yield, what it gives you? Whatever amount of water is drained by the gravity. But here it is retained against the force of gravity. How much water is retained? That is called as specific retention. Next, so Wi and WR, that is nothing but the volume of water which is drained by gravity and volume of water that is retained by gravity. So Wi and WR, that is the volume of water. Okay, so that both they constitute the total water in the saturated material. So if you take an aquifer as an example, okay, so if you want to find out the porosity, so it is the addition of specific yield and specific retention. So porosity is what? This derivation is very, very important. Formula is very simple. What is that? Porosity is equal to specific yield plus specific retention. So that is symbol, if you represent porosity symbol is N, specific yield is Sy plus specific retention is Sr. So if you want to find any one of the parameters, you can find out by doing alteration in the formula. So if you want to find out specific yield, then you must know what is the porosity and specific retention. So N minus Sr, that will give you the specific yield. And if you want to find out specific retention, then also you must know what is porosity. So porosity minus the specific yield will give you the specific retention. So they are interconnected. So here both these water, that is retained by the gravity and retained against drained by the gravity and retained against the gravity, that will constitute the total water which is there in an aquifer or any saturated material. So this is called as the specific yield and specific retention and the relation between them. That is very, very important. In many of the question papers, the question is asked. So you have to derive this expression. That is very, very easy. Okay. You have to write definitions as well as the formulas and equations. So I hope you have understood both the definitions perfectly. Okay. So in the next class, we will solve problems based on this.